Somebody's resurrecting this narrative of the Novus Ordo is better than the Latin Mass because the Novus Ordo is older. It is the Mass of the early church. That's the claim. So I went in and found a few tweets on Twitter with this. So here is Catherine gets boosted on Friday. Catherine's really pumped about getting her booster shot. She says, there is nothing traditional about the Tridentine Rite. Wow. You better tell Thomas Aquinas and St. Pius V and St. Pius X that, because they sure thought it was traditional. She says it was promulgated in the 1500s. Did you know that the traditional Latin Mass, although it was promulgated, seems kind of like she's saying that it was created in the 1500s. On the other hand, the Novus Ordo dates back to the 1st century. She also says the very phrase Novus Ordo is Latin. Well, Catherine, you are on point. She's right. Novus Ordo is a Latin phrase. It means new order. A second tweet here from Catherine gets boosted on Friday. The Novus Ordo is the Latin Mass that is celebrated according to the traditions of the 1st century, not the 1960s. Catherine gets boosted on Friday is letting us know this is 1st century. This is straight. The Novus Ordo is straight up what Peter and Paul said. I mean, if you went to Mass with Peter and Paul, you were going to see the Novus Ordo, according to Catherine gets boosted. The Tridentine Rite only came into ascendancy in response to the Reformation. Read Justin Martyr and then read the Germ. This is Bill Martin, LXA. I'm not following you. Please read the early church fathers. The Mass they describe is the Novus Ordo. That's right. So if you're reading the church fathers like, St. Basil, St. John Chrysostom, Gregory the Great, St. Leo the Great, throw in there Justin Martyr, St. Irenaeus, any of those early church fathers. The Mass they're doing is the Novus Ordo Mass from 1969, 1970. So they're setting the record straight. Is that the case, though? My friend Joey, who shared this with me, he said it sounds like 80s sitcom music. You kind of get that head bobble on. You kind of want to give it the thing. And what's funny about it, just as an observation, is there's actually two video cameras here. We've got 2 video shots. So they've really got some commitment on their videography, because you got this shot and then you got the right-handed shot, right? We got the priest and the mask. And then what's interesting is this is a youth mass. So you should watch my video, Where Are All the Youth? I did a music video of these kind of Novus Ordo masses with the hype, hip to be, cool music. And what's interesting is when you watch this, all the teenagers are totally cringing. Nobody's pumped or excited. So look at the teen response here. Everyone's just like, make it stop. Look at the audience. Tu sei dentro questo vino, Gesù. Ai 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 Gesù, Signore. Ai 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 Signore. Ai 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 ai. Look at the kids. Folded arms. One of the reasons I show this is one of the things that people say about the Novus Ordo is the lay people bringing up the gifts. It's so early church. It's so 1st century. The traditional Latin Mass, you may have noticed, doesn't have lay people bringing the bread and wine to the altar to meet the priest. And there's the bow, and there's sometimes a shaking of a hand, and thank you for bringing the gift. I usually wear a suit, and in the past, when I was at Novus Ordos a long time ago, if they see a dude in a suit, they're like, hey man, you want to bring up the gifts? Like if you're wearing a suit, you got your stuff together, or you got a nice looking family, like the ushers are like beelining to you. Hey, you want to bring up the gifts? Because bringing up the gifts is an integral part to the Novus Ordo. They want to make sure. And I always said, hey, if it's going to be me and my heritage bringing up the gifts, I either want to dress like a Irish druid, because, they have people dressed up like Aztecs and all kind. We should dress up like old school Irish people, pre-Patrick, St. Patrick. Or I get to dress up like a cowboy, like a pearl snap shirt, a bolo, not a tie, a bolo, boots, spurs, Wrangler jeans. I'm wearing Wrangler jeans right now. I'm halfway there. I want to enculturate the mass. That's what Novus Ordo is all about.
Tu sei dentro questo pane, Gesù.